If someone told me a stranger would give birth on my bus, disappear without a trace, and turn my life completely upside down, I would have laughed in their face. But let me tell you something. Life has a twisted sense of humor, and I found that out the hard way. By the way, where are you watching from, and what time is it right now? I love seeing where all of you are tuning in from. Okay, let's rewind. I've been a city bus driver for 13 years. Same route, same stops, same faces. The early morning commuters, the elderly folks with their grocery bags, the high schoolers who think they're way cooler than they are. It's not glamorous, but it's stable. And I actually like the routine. I know what to expect. At least, I thought I did. It was a Tuesday morning, cold, rainy, the kind of gray that soaks into your bones. I had just started my route when she got on. She looked fragile. That's the only way I can describe her. Petite, maybe early 30s, soaked from the rain despite her thin hoodie. She was clutching her belly, and right away I noticed it. She was very pregnant, like overdue pregnant. She didn't say a word, just climbed up, paid her fare with shaking hands, and took a seat near the back. I remember thinking, she shouldn't be out in this weather, not in her condition. I radioed to dispatch and let them know I had a heavily pregnant woman on board, just in case. We made it through about 5 stops before it started. The screaming. I heard it first. Sharp, panicked, primal. Then came the commotion. Passengers turning around, yelling. One woman screaming, "She's having the baby!" I pulled over immediately. Hit the hazard lights. I rushed to the back. And there she was, doubled over, sweat pouring down her face. She looked at me with these wild, terrified eyes and whispered, "Please, don't let them take her." I had no idea what she meant. I called for an ambulance. Another passenger, thank God, was a nurse on her way to work. She jumped in, took control, started coaching the woman through contractions. Within 10 minutes, that baby was born. A little girl, tiny, red, screaming her lungs out. The mother held her for maybe 10 seconds before she passed out. When the paramedics arrived, she was barely conscious. They loaded her and the baby up, and I honestly thought that was the end of it. Just a wild story to tell. But I was wrong. So wrong. The next day, I got a call. It was from a social worker. She wanted to ask me questions about the woman who gave birth on my bus. "Do you know who she was? Did she say anything to you?" I told them everything I knew, which wasn't much. Then came the bombshell. She gave a fake name. The ID she had on her was stolen. She disappeared from the hospital overnight, left the baby behind. What? You mean she walked out after giving birth? Yes, she removed her IV and snuck out. We have no idea who she is. That baby had no birth certificate, no medical history, no next of kin, nothing. She was officially a Jane Doe. And because I was the one who witnessed the whole thing, the one who made the report, the one who saw her last, I got pulled into the investigation. They showed me pictures, surveillance footage. Nothing. She was like a ghost. And then it got even weirder. A week later, I got another call, this time from a detective. They found something. Hidden in the blanket the baby had been wrapped in. A note. Written in shaky handwriting, "Please protect her. Her father can't find her. He'll hurt her. She's safer with strangers than with him. I'm sorry." My stomach dropped. This wasn't just a case of abandonment. This was something deeper, darker. They opened an investigation, but progress was slow. No DNA matches, no missing persons reports, nothing to tie this woman to anyone. The baby went into foster care. But I couldn't let it go. I started dreaming about her, the woman, her eyes, that desperate whisper, "Don't let them take her." I started visiting the baby in the hospital, just as a concerned witness at first, but it became more. She was beautiful and tiny and strong. The nurses called her Hope. And before I knew it, I was asking about foster applications. Me, a 41-year-old bus driver, with no kids, no spouse, no clue what I was doing. But something about this felt right. And just as the process started moving forward, another twist hit. Someone tried to break into the hospital nursery. They didn't get in, thank God. Security scared them off. But when they checked the footage, all they saw was a man in a hood, face obscured. But his body language, it was agitated, pacing, watching. And the most chilling part? They found a message scratched into the wall near the emergency exit. "She's mine." They believed it was the father, the one the mother warned about. That kicked everything into high gear. Extra security, a new placement for the baby, and me? I was suddenly being interviewed by detectives like I was a suspect. Have you had any contact with the woman since? Do you think she could be watching you? Why are you so involved in this? I told them the truth. I didn't know why, but I couldn't just walk away. They approved me for temporary foster care while they investigated. And let me tell you something. Bringing that baby home, it was the scariest and most beautiful moment of my life. I was terrified, but I also felt chosen. Like maybe in that one strange moment on that rainy Tuesday morning, fate handed me a new purpose. But the danger wasn't over. 3 weeks into caring for Hope, I started noticing strange things. My mailbox left open, my garbage cans knocked over, a car idling outside at 2 a.m., and one night when I came home from the grocery store, my front door was open. Nothing was stolen, nothing out of place, except one thing. Hope's baby blanket was missing. I called the police, of course. They dusted for prints, checked for signs of forced entry, but they found nothing. Whoever it was, they wanted me to know they could get in. I almost gave up, turned her back over to the state for her safety. But then I remembered the note. She's safer with strangers than with him. I wasn't just some random stranger. I was the one who saw her first. I was the one who stayed. So I doubled down. Installed cameras, changed my locks, took time off work to be home full time. And it was during that time that something incredible happened. Someone from the hospital staff came forward. A nurse. She recognized the woman from a domestic violence support group she volunteered at months earlier. She remembered the woman was using the name Lena, though it was likely fake, but it gave the police a lead. They tracked down shelter records, surveillance footage, and finally, they found her, living in a motel 2 states away. When they brought her in, she was scared, skeptical. But when they told her the baby was safe and I was the one taking care of her, she broke down sobbing. She told them everything. The baby's real name, the abuse, the threats, how she had tried to run before but he always found her, that she went into labor early and panicked, got on the first bus she saw, hoping to disappear in a crowd. She had meant to come back, but when she saw the news coverage, she thought she'd be arrested, that the baby would be taken anyway. In the end, she agreed to testify against him. He was arrested. Turns out he had a long history of violence and some shady connections that explained how he kept avoiding the law. And the mother, Lena? She didn't want custody. She told the court, "The best thing I ever did for her was getting on that bus." The judge granted me permanent guardianship 6 months later. Hope is mine now. She's walking, talking, obsessed with dinosaurs, and sings off-key to every song she hears. Every time she laughs, I think about that rainy morning, about how close she came to vanishing into the system, or worse. And every time I buckle her into her car seat, I whisper, "I got you, always." Because sometimes family isn't blood, it's fate, it's survival, it's showing up when it matters. What would you have done if you were me?